Hey Ben, here we are. So this material here is PVC. This is my substrate. You're going on, I'm assuming, like aluminum or something like that. But the application is the same. This is my material here. It is the exact same material that you're using. And then what I've done so far is I've trimmed it. I have this taped in place already so you can see, but I've trimmed it. That blue is the edge of my material. The white here is the backing. Um, so what you'll want to do is trim it as close to the edge of the material as possible. I know you have some room, probably like a ½ inch or whatever around the on the substrate, but this just helps me get, I would try to get close to the edge of the material, but not so close that I accidentally nick it with my scissors when I'm trimming it. I'll get rid of all of the other material around it, like anything adhesive on the extra part, get rid of all that, so the only adhesive part you have is your actual graphic. So this one, I have already taped it into place. So first thing I do is I get it into position, and then I put a piece of tape here and over there, and then I come in the middle and I have it going, you know, that this comes really close to the edge, so I have it wrapped around the bottom and that, but I have it from top to bottom. Okay, and your material is not a rectangle. It goes up like this and then down. You're going to want to have the peak of your material on this side. Well, I'm left-handed, so I always start on the right, but you're going to want to have it on the second side for you. So if my material, like if my cut line or the edge of my material, instead of being a rectangle, it went like this, up and then down, you're going to want, if it goes up like this, you're going to want to have the up over here. And that because if you have it go up like this and then it starts to go down, you get some flex there that you might not want. So make sure that your high point is on the second side that you're going to apply. Okay, now that once you have it all taped in place, okay, you're gonna need a pair of scissors and a squeegee. And that if it, maybe it's a credit card, whatever, but I have two different types here. This is a plastic one, and this has a very hard edge. You are not going to want to use something like this. You're going to want to use a soft edge. This is a felt one. This helps with keeping the material in good shape so it doesn't get scratched up. If you don't have a felt one and all you have is something like this, get a sock. Like the ones that are this small, like a bit bigger than a credit card, a little kid's sock. Just put that around it, and the fabric, the cotton, will help keep it from scratching your material. So I'm going to use my felt one. I'm going to get rid of this one. Okay, so really all you need is a squeegee and a pair of scissors. I'm going to set this down now, and we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully my body doesn't block the view too much. I'm done with my tape at this point. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need my level right now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this here, and if you notice, I have 3 strips of tape on here. This is just to give it a larger gripped surface of holding it in place. So when I fold this back, it if this first one lets go, the other 2 are here as backups to hold it in place. So the first thing I'm going to do, get rid of this tape. Of course, it tore. All right, set that over there. So now I have my materials all clean, the surface is all clean, and that there's no big chunks of anything. You know, just go through and make sure that you're nice and clean. There's no little pebbles or big things of dust or whatever that's going to be in your way. So now I'm going to get to my corner. And like I said, I'm left-handed, so I like working right to left. This might be different for you. It might be totally opposite. Just go with whatever you're comfortable with. So I'm going to peel that back. And I'm going to go just about all the way to my tape over here. I'm going to fold that back. I'm cutting off the backing paper. I did not cut the material at all, just the backing paper. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. And now I kind of hold it up, and I'm very lightly. I am not putting a ton of pressure on here. And I'm just running a little bit at a time. I'm maybe putting a ½ inch or so of material down. This material, the substrate, is really lightweight, so it does move a little bit. So I just have my leg up against the table to kind of hold it in place. And hopefully my body and my arm is not blocking the view here. Okay. Going back over, hitting it a little bit more. So I'm about halfway done right now. I'll show you. Can't see any. There's a little bit of gloss. There we go. So you can see there's no air bubbles. Time of the glare is helpful there. Alright, so now I'm going to come back. Put that back in place. So now I'm going to peel all this other tape off. And I'm going to be gentle with this, like, because you don't want to separate the graphic on this side, the unapplied side, from the backing paper just yet. All right. This is just me getting the rest of the tape off. Got my tape all started. Oh, this side too. All right, so now I'm going to do the second half. So I'm going to use this as a hinge now, and that it's hinged back. So this is the applied side, bringing this all the way back. And now from the side that's applied, hopefully you can see this okay, I'm going to start peeling it back here. And I'm going about halfway, just meeting up the backing paper. That way I don't have to expose the entire bit of adhesive. Okay, and now I'm just holding it up just like I did on the first side. Like I said, it's moving a little bit on me because this substrate is so lightweight. For me, this PVC weighs nothing. It does add a little bit of challenge to it, but not a ton. Now I'm gonna just hold it up. You can still see I'm high enough that I can fit my finger under it. So now in my left hand, not only is it holding it up like this, it's holding the paper in place. It was also holding the material, the substrate down. Peel a little bit more off. At this point, I don't have a lot left, so I'm just going to get rid of that backing paper all the way. Holding it up so it doesn't accidentally touch the substrate where I don't want it to. Home free now. There we go. Hard to tell that there aren't any bubbles, but that's pretty straightforward. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through with my razor knife and I'm going to trim it to fit the graphic. You won't need to do that. There you go.